Hey, what's up? My name is Matt Taylor, and today I want to talk about strong female characters. So first off, I want to say thanks for joining me for my second writer's vlog. I'm no longer in the UK and Ireland. I'm back home in my home of Memphis, Tennessee in the United States. And this is actually my studio where I work during the day. I'm a writer, director, producer for film and video, commercial video, as well as I'm authoring my first book called Ascension, and that's what these writer's vlogs are about. I am 237 manuscript pages into the book, and that has taken me to the end of part one of 2 parts. So in my book, Ascension, my main character is female. Her name is Sarah Lawson. And it was really, really important for me to do 2 things. 1, to have a female character be the main character. 2, to have a female ghostwriter. I talked a bit about ghostwriting in my first vlog where I admitted that I am not a novelist. I can write for the screen. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a storyteller, sure, but my writing capabilities are pretty much limited to the screen as far as profession goes. And so I wanted to tell the story right, and so I hired a ghostwriter that has been writing novels for 30 years. And it was really, really important to me that that ghostwriter is female, because while I do think that we as people on a base level are way more alike than we are different, that being said, there are really cool differences between us that gives us a sense of uniqueness and being special. And that's both on a macro level and a micro level. And I think that there are very true to life differences between the male and female genders. And while I can understand the perspective of a female, myself being male, I'm married to a female. I have a lot of female friends that I can talk to and say, how do you think about this? How do you act about this? What is your experience with this? And I can listen to that and I can put myself in those shoes and understand that, but I can't have that experience no matter how much I understand it. And I didn't want to attempt to write the perspective of a female character from a point of understanding. I wanted to write it from a point of experience. And so the only way that I could do that was to have a female writer partnered with me. That's why that was an important decision to me. The reason it was an important decision to have a female character be the lead in the first place was because I think that female characters in our culture are largely misrepresented, at least in the mainstream culture and pulp culture, I think. Wikipedia defines a strong female character as a term for a class of stock character. It is the opposite of the damsel in distress character. While such characters could be used by authors to question implicit assumptions about male privilege and patriarchy, in the first half of the 20th century, the rise of mainstream feminism and the increased use of the concept in the later 20th century have reduced the concept to a standard term of pop culture fiction. I just think that descriptions like that really confuse what a strong female character is supposed to be. I think that what a strong female character is supposed to look like is just a character, a strong character. There are female traits and female characteristics, and I think that those should be apparent and those should be there. It helps with the uniqueness and it helps with making that character believable to where other people like her are able to identify with her. However, to be a strong character, you don't have to first be a male or female. And I think that a strong female character in her strength is no different from a strong male character in his strength. Like, the thing that makes them strong is not them overcoming their gender. And I think that that's what our culture kind of thinks about. When they hear strong female character, they think, oh, so she's not a typical female character. And as rough and harsh and ridiculous as that sounds, I honestly think that that is where most people's minds go, is that when they hear strong female character, they think not a typical female character, as if most female characters or most female people are not strong. And I think that that is where the mistake is made. I feel like I've been kind of dancing around this subject matter quite a lot for the last several minutes. It's just because I'm just trying to be very, very careful to not get it wrong because of my lack of experience from that perspective. And so that's why I'm taking the steps to be careful with it in my execution of it by hiring the female ghostwriter that does have that experience. So that's not the only reason I hired the ghostwriter that I did. But that was an important part of the decision. We're trying very, very carefully and trying very, very hard to make sure that Sarah Lawson is a character that, first, people in general across the board will be able to look at and say, wow, I identify with her. But then, even further than that, on a deeper level, that female people will be able to identify with her on an even deeper level. And that's all I've got on the subject matter, at least at this point. And if you have an example of a character that you have truly identified with on a very deep level, male or female, tell me about it, because I'd love to hear about it in the comments section. Thanks for checking out the video. If you've enjoyed yourself, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and we're gonna keep on keeping on.